what was the hardest point in the past 3 months when you were making this film? Was there a time where you were like, man, like this is so hard, or I'm getting attacked, or, you know, I don't know if we can make it, or what were some of those moments?
Well, you know, I think it was day 2 or 3 after Plandemic 1 went viral. And I woke up one morning and had this flash that it was all a dream, and I felt a great relief. And then as reality set in and I realized, oh no, I actually have to turn my phone on and to feel this next wave of global hate. It was tough. Like I didn't want to get out of bed. I had an emotional release at that moment, and I really had to come to terms with, you know, it's kind of like the old fable of, you know, the devil in the crossroads. You know, I had the choice at that moment to stay on my path and to keep going, or to just bow out and take a turn. And I really knew that it was possible for me. It would have been easy for me to lay low at that point and to say, you know, oops, let's just move on and go someplace else, because it's too scary to be at the forefront of such rage. And I had to really get clear with myself that this is bigger than me. It has nothing to do with me, really. This is something that I've been aware of for years. And if there's a window that's opening right now where we can all finally yell something to the world, let's yell something that does us all some good. Because what's been being yelled at us has put us into this position of really not understanding what it takes to maintain our health and our freedom. And the fact that the media has done such a good job at weaponizing our language, such that now when anyone fights for freedom, it's suddenly a far right Nazi, you know, chant. And it's like that kind of weaponization, and to be accused of you know, being part of groups or receiving money from groups that I have no affiliation with whatsoever, it just, you know, gave me a deeper sense of how fierce this fight is. And I had to come to terms with it. You know, is this something that I want to do? Because it's kind of too late now. I have no choice. But you know, the answer came clear to me. It's like, this is what I was born for. I'm not going to be stopped, just like you and all of your people that are part of your platform. We just can't be. It's too vulnerable of a moment right now on this planet. And you know, if we don't wake up now and embrace the unbelievable, and that's really what it requires, is because what's happening is so unbelievable that the cognitive dissonance just it triggers people to just want to crawl back in their holes and believe the same false narrative that we've been living under for so long. But we can't anymore, because we won't survive this narrative. We have to expand our awareness beyond the lies that have been forced at us for so long, or we really won't survive as a species. So and then, you know, my children are my main factor for me. It's, you know, if I were a single man and I didn't have such a wonderful wife and 2 small children, it's possible that I may make easier choices, you know. But right now, I don't feel like I have a choice, because I've seen too much, and all of the evidence points in one direction, and so it's just time for us all to step up and do the one thing that I think is become tough for us, and that is be willing to be unliked. You know, we live in this era of social media where it's all about likes and accumulating, you know, tribe agreement, and we just have to step out of that crap and just be willing to not be liked and to not be in agreement with even people that we love the most, and stand in our truth, but to do it in an educated way, you know, with data behind us, with real research behind us. And therein lies the problem, because where do people find truth these days? And I'm sure we'll get into that.